What is up, YouTube? Today, why don't I show you some amazing mechanics that can help you become an insane gamer? Any possible way you would like to become an insane gamer in ones, twos, or threes. The main things you should learn to make you become insane at the game really, really quickly. So first 3 to 5 mechanics that I'm going to show that will kind of skyrocket your game into like understanding it better, being able to do different things mechanically wise. I might do a video on rotations and like kind of understanding how to play with teammates you probably don't think are the best, but how people win with them and how you can win with them. So basically what I'm going to start out by showing is probably dribbling. Dribbling is a really important thing in really any game mode. You can dribble, you can get around anybody, especially if you keep the ball on the ground like this. Like, you can tell whether you're going to 50 the ball. You can make them 50 the ball where you want to go by just dribbling it on the ground like that. Like, if you're able to like look over the ball with your camera settings, like look like that, you can literally chop it over. Like, if you have good car control on the ground and just practice like just dribbling, just practice getting the ball in your car. Like, if you don't know how to get the ball in your car, literally just like try to hit it up the wall or something, let it bounce, and then try to stay in the middle of the ball. Just try to keep your car as much as middle of the circle as you can, or kind of the ball wherever you're turning. If you're staying straight, try to keep your car straight in the middle of the ball. If you're turning, try to keep the ball on the right side of your car. It's kind of straightforward. Just takes time. That mechanic, just takes a lot of time. You got to get used to. You got to just do it a lot. So the next mechanics are in the air thing, like air dribbles and stuff like that, that people may not understand how to do the best or maybe struggle with to kind of improve their game. So air dribbles are super important. Air dribbles are probably one of the most important things in the game, especially at a high level. If you're able to air dribble, you can literally do anything. Like, if you know how to reset, you know how to air dribble, you can literally do whatever you want in the air. Like, you can kind of like go up in the air, you can get a touch, and then you can stall it, and then you can get one more and fake out your opponent and get a double. Like, that works literally 90% of the time. Like, in a real game, this would have been a touch, then a fake because he's going to think I'm going low, but then I have boost, and then I get a double, right? So air dribbles are very much like high importance in any kind of game, because that's literally what makes Squishy and Justin so good, is their air dribbles, because they're able to air dribble over you and you can't tell what they're going to do. It's kind of like when you're a ones player on the ground. It's kind of the same thing, but they're in the air and do it. It's like when you have someone dribbling on the ground, it's like you don't know what they're going to do if they're a good ones player. They might flick it, they might go down and fake you, you don't know. But with Squishy and Justin, they can do whatever they want. They can pop the ball up, they can come off the wall, go for a rebound. They can do whatever they want in the air, and that's super important at a high level. But I'm going to show you guys how to properly get a good touch off the ball. So you kind of like want to come through the middle, and then you want to just lightly tap your boost to get the ball across. So when you do it, you just want to, when you roll up the ball, a lot of people I see, they'll follow the ball like this. They'll stay super close and do something like that, which is, I mean, it's fine, but it's makes everything a lot harder if you don't know what you're doing. You always want to make sure you have a little bit of space with you in the ball. So like, you kind of like want to hit it like this and kind of leave yourself space, then go under it. So then you can kind of aim yourself and do something like this. So that's like the first thing. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do on the ground air dribbles, like from, dribbling the ball. So 2 things you need to realize is that the ball, from the back of your car, the ball will always pop higher. So if you have the ball like right here, it's just going to pop, or like kind of in the middle actually, the back of your car. It's just going to pop higher than like if it's from in the front of your car. Like if you pop in front, it's just going to go forward. It just won't do anything. So you want to, if you double jump, you always want to pop it from the back because it just goes higher and you're able to carry it longer. So it will be a lot of practice from kind of like going from the back of your car, like put it in the back, then jump. Maybe like on the top of your engine, where that little engine thing on the Octane is. It's kind of where you want to have the ball, like on this little engine where it is right now, because you can pop it and then you can stay with it. So if you think of anywhere to put the ball, think of that little engine, that little tiny engine that you guys can see right there. Put it on top of your car right there. So the next mechanic, not really mechanic, things you can do to improve your car, like control on the ground especially, is try practicing starting like this, like going forward, then going backwards. It's very, very hard, super difficult for like beginners, but if you learn how to do this, bro, you'll be cracked at anything. Because like, this is like, even pros don't even know how to do this. But if you do this, you'll become cracked. Just practice like going, okay, I'm dribbling, like Main thing you should focus on is probably dribbling, then go to air dribbles, because those are the main things in the game that allow you to get like score. If air dribbles and dribbles on the ground are the two main things you should learn. It's all about your first touch on an air dribble. So focus on your first touch on air dribbles all the time. No matter if it's from the ground or in the air, you want to focus on your first touch. So when you pop it up like this, first touch always needs to be the most important touch. So when I go like, okay, I'm going to double jump. So this touch has to be the most important touch because that's how it's going to lead me on to the rest of my air dribble. So even when I come off the wall like this, if my first touch is just like that, I won't be able to follow it. I always need to be coming from under the ball and make sure I get a super tiny light touch on it. I need to go like, okay, now I got this, now let me make sure I get a light touch so I can stay with it, right? So now I can stay with the ball. So those are the three most important mechanics: air dribbles, ground plays, and kind of like doing this dribbling, like just dribbling, like doing stuff like that. I mean, it's not easy, most definitely not easy, but it can be learned. I mean, the backwards one isn't that important. It's important to like learn how to control your car, do cool things, do different things. Because if you're able to do it like this, you know, if you're able to go backwards, you're able to go forwards. It's just kind of how it works. And one last mechanic that I'm actually going to show you guys, or a way how to get better mechanics, is a little secret that I personally did by myself that kind of like, you know, pushed me forward and what I was trying to do. So what I always did, just by habit, is it was kind of a bad habit, but it was good for the fact that it made me learn mechanics quicker. So every single time I went for the ball, I'd always do some weird flips. I didn't mean to go for a reset right there. Like I'd always, like if I went for an air dribble, right, I just go like, I just always do like these weird flips, right, and do those weird kind of touches that aren't necessary. Like, cause some people will be like, okay, I'm gonna air dribble the ball and I'm just gonna come straight out and I'm gonna do this, like I'm just gonna carry it like that. But what I always did was I was like, okay, if I started on the ground, like I'd always go like, I just do a lot of spins, and it just made me better with my car control. And that can help you, like if you're able to start controlling the ball, like getting the ball coming off the wall like this, and then you're just able to like completely like spin around and start controlling it, and maybe get it on the ground and control it as well. Like you're gonna be unstoppable in the air and on the ground. It's just, this video is just solely to show you what to practice on, because a lot of people are like, they struggle and don't know what they should be practicing on and what could help them in their future game. And one thing I can tell you is that air dribbles and ground plays are the most important things you need to learn now, because with ground plays, like if you want to be a scorer, that's how you learn, because you'll become so much smarter with what you do. So yeah, that's basically all. If you guys want anything else to learn, I might do a rotational video. But these are literally the main things you just need to focus on. They're super simple if you put in the time in to work on them. But the only one that's not simple is like the backwards one where you go like that. It takes time. It takes practice to get used to it. Because I don't really know how to do the 360 dribble yet. It's just mechanics that you can learn on your own time to kind of like make everything easier for you. Just cool mechanics that make your car control even better. Because that's the goal. Better car control, because if you have good car control, you can do literally anything in the game you want. And that's what you need to focus on, is just being good at car control. It's the most important thing in the game. Anyway, if you want any tutorials, any more in-depth tutorials, let me know. I'm kind of running short on ideas what I should be doing and what people actually want to know. But yeah, so I'm going to dip. Thanks for watching. See ya.